What's up guys, my name is Ace, and we're just over a day into the Black Ops 7 beta, and Treyarch has already outlined a handful of changes that they're going to be making for this weekend on the beta. So really quick turnaround on these, and I wanted to cover these changes today. The first one being time to kill. This has been one of the big complaints. Many people have been saying that the time to kill feels way too fast in the Black Ops 7 beta. And for my second video today, I actually planned on sharing the time to kill values, now that I've had some time to sit down and just do some testing for you guys, to at least arm the community with the correct information. But it looks like these are going to be changing for the weekend, so I don't know when this update's going to hit, probably tomorrow morning it seems like, when the open beta goes live. But what Treyarch said here is time to kill and overall weapon balance has been a conversation we've been keeping an eye on, along with evaluating in-game data from day one of the beta. While we're starting the beta with a time to kill in the range of Black Ops 6, we're aware that some players feel it might be slightly faster than desired. And this was actually the results of my testing, and what my video was going to be about is the fact that the time to kill isn't any faster than Black Ops 6. It's right around the same ranges on average. In fact, it's actually a little bit slower than Black Ops 6, but keep in mind, we're dealing with just a small handful of weapons here. The averages will change as we get more and more weapons added for the full build of the game, but at least it gives us an indication that we're within the same ballpark as Black Ops 6. And Black Ops 6 is among some of the slower killing Call of Duty games in franchise history. It's not the slowest, but it's one of the slower ones. So statistically speaking at least, Black Ops 7 doesn't have an exceptionally fast time to kill for Call of Duty, but that doesn't change the fact that people feel like the time to kill is very fast. And that could be due to a variety of other factors, like damage range, for instance. We don't know exactly how far that time to kill potential up close is carrying out relative to Black Ops 6. Same thing with headshot multipliers. Perhaps headshots by default are just more powerful in Black Ops 7. It kind of feels like that's the case, at least with many of the guns. So that could absolutely have an effect on your experience time to kill. Or another big potential one is just desync, which is very common when a beta or full launch of a game happens. Usually it takes some time for things to settle in, and there are some connection related issues. Even on a low ping, it can sometimes just feel really bad connection wise, like you die way faster than you're able to kill. And I've been experiencing my fair share of this throughout the beta already, so that could be contributing to that as well. In either case, they did confirm that they will be releasing a weapon balance pass in the coming days to adjust the time to kill and ensure all weapons available in the beta are competitive within both their class and their intended role within Black Ops 7. Now, I suspect they're probably not going to be making it take like an extra bullet to kill, because that would have a severe impact on the time to kill experience. If anything, I bet we're going to be seeing some adjustments to some damage ranges and perhaps adjustments to headshot multipliers. I don't know exactly where those are at though at this point, so it's hard to say for sure. But I highly doubt they're going to be dropping damage values by a really noticeable margin to change the number of shots to kill to the body, for instance. In either case, I'll definitely make sure that I'm sharing the changes pre-patch versus post-patch when that happens. Next, another really common gameplay related complaint throughout the beta that I've been seeing pop up over and over again is the doors. While they don't have any of the manual doors that have been introduced since Modern Warfare 2019, they got rid of those entirely, we do have those automatic doors that will open when you get close to them or when you shoot them. And especially on the map called The Forge, these doors are everywhere, and it can get a little bit annoying having to travel through these all the time, especially because you never really know what's on the other side. There's often people just sitting there pre-aiming the doorway. And sure, you can like shoot to open it first to peek from a distance. There are ways around it, but no matter what you do, you're essentially announcing that you're coming when that door opens for the person that's just pre-aiming it. And I do feel it has a negative impact on the flow overall, especially on The Forge. So what they've said here is, based on feedback, they'll be making the following changes to the beta in an upcoming update. They're going to be forcing specific automatic doors to remain open from the start of the match, so effectively eliminating those doors from the equation. They're also going to be increasing how long automatic doors remain open before they close, and they're going to be increasing the distance a player needs to be away from the door before it will automatically open. And then they confirm that players will still be able to shoot automatic doors in order to open them if they want to go that route. And this sounds good. I really don't mind having the odd door like this here or there if it really suits the map and the situation really well. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. I just think they went a little bit overboard with a lot of these, and one of my complaints is how close you had to get to the door in order to force it to open if you didn't want to shoot it to open it. So it seems like they are addressing those complaints. Obviously, we'll have to wait to see which doors they're leaving open and which ones are going to be staying the same. So time will tell on that, but they also mentioned changes that they're considering for launch and beyond. They're going to be evaluating a potential reduction in the number of automatic doors across the entire map portfolio. So not just the beta maps that we're playing, but the other maps we're going to be getting at launch. And they say, while some doors may make sense to remove, others may bring about new issues with opening undesired lines of sight. And they say we will share more details as we have them. On top of this, they did confirm they will be adding the ability to disable automatic doors in private matches for competitive testing. So that all sounds great that they're getting on top of that feedback right away. Like I said, I was seeing this pop up constantly throughout my stream. Now after that, they've also confirmed that at least during the beta, they're going to be increasing weapon XP earn rate, which I think is good. I don't like the fact that it started off so slow. I think for the full build of the game, this weapon XP earn rate doesn't seem too unreasonable. Maybe a little on the slow side when you factor in weapon prestige that we're going to have available at launch. But for a very limited time beta, I think it's important that people are able to grind through weapon levels and unlock a bunch of attachments and use them so they can provide feedback on them and get a better taste of what the game is actually going to play like with like fully kitted out weapons with all of their best attachments. It can be really hard to provide accurate feedback on a weapon, for instance, if you haven't seen its full potential. And in the beta's current state, it takes quite a bit of time to get a gun maxed out to see that full potential. So they are going to be improving that, at least for the beta. They're also going to be increasing the overclock earn rate for several of the loadout items and score streaks. And that's a similar story. You want to be able to see what the potential is like so you can provide that feedback. And there's not that much time to be grinding for things to unlock them. They also say for tomorrow's update, they're going to be making adjustments to spawn logic for improved spawning across several maps and modes. And that's nice to see. I'm sure they've collected a lot of data already on that. And there's absolutely room for improvement with the spawns. I'm sure it's probably going to take multiple passes, but at least they're going to be pushing things in the right direction there. And then they just mentioned various bug fixes, including weapons. So there we go. That's a bunch of things we can expect to change during the beta. Like most of these, it looks like are going to be happening with tomorrow's updates. They weren't super clear on when the weapon balancing or the door changes will be taking place, but the other ones they did mention will be in tomorrow's update. And I'm glad to hear they're already being very receptive and responsive to this feedback. Obviously, time's gonna have to tell to see how receptive they're gonna be with everything going forward. This is just our first update, but the fact that it looks like we're getting our first actual like gameplay impacting update based on feedback literally like 2 days after the beta went live, that's quite impressive, and I think that deserves some props. I'm looking forward to seeing the changes they make and sharing those changes with you guys. And this is where I'm curious to hear from you guys in those comments down below. First off, how are you feeling about these changes that they've outlined in today's blog post? Do you think these sound generally good, or do you maybe not like the sounds of these? And also, for those of you guys that have been playing the beta, what are some other bits of gameplay-related feedback you have for Treyarch? What are some things that you would like to see adjusted, maybe by the end of the beta if possible, and if not, between beta and launch that you've noticed so far? For me, I do plan on making a separate video, likely for tomorrow, with more of my like initial impressions now that I've got a good handful of hours in the game. But I want to hear what you guys think about this down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.